Good afternoon friends, welcome to my channel and today we are going to make a classic chocolate sponge cake. Very delicate, fluffy, very airy and easy to prepare from simple products. The recipe is simple, so I decided to post a separate video. This sponge cake can be used for many cakes. In the video I made in the shape of 20 centimeters, but in the description I will write the recipe for different diameters of shapes. So we will need 5 eggs, 150 grams of sugar, 80 grams of flour, 45 grams of cocoa, 30 grams of cornstarch, a pinch of salt. If you do not have starch, you can substitute it with the same amount of flour. So combine the sugar, eggs in a bowl, my baby helps me, add a pinch of salt to balance the flavor. In my experience I can say that eggs at room temperature beat a little faster than cold, but the end result does not affect. The most important thing is to beat the eggs very well, to a light dense state. The beating time depends on your mixer. I used a planetary mixer and it took about 5 minutes, but you can beat with a hand mixer, it will just take a little longer. The thicker the yolks, the better they will whip. The result should be such a dense and airy mass that the mark of the whisk does not spread over the surface for a long time. This is the only state to be achieved. Preliminarily in a bowl combine dry products, flour, starch, cocoa powder and stir with a whisk to homogeneity, and then in 2 steps sift the dry products in our beaten eggs. Sifting is necessary, especially the cocoa powder, because it lumps very quickly. And if we do not sift the cocoa powder, it will remain in lumps in the sponge cake. Knead with a silicone spatula in circular movements until all the products are combined. Do not use a mixer. Once some of the dry ingredients have been incorporated, sift in the second half of the dry ingredients and mix again. Do not knead too long so that the dough does not lose its aeration. I use an 8-inch diameter ring wrapped in aluminum foil. Carefully transfer the dough to the preheated oven at 338 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius. Place the biscuit in the center of the oven. Bake on the middle shelf, no convection, until a wooden skewer is dry, about 30 to 40 minutes. Open the oven after 30 minutes if the dough remains on the skewer, then continue baking. If the skewer is dry, a sponge cake is ready. It is not necessary to leave it in the oven for a long time, otherwise it can dry out. The baking time depends on your oven, so be guided by the skewer. I baked mine for 40 minutes. The sponge cake is ready, let it cool for 5 minutes. Leave it on the rack until it cools down, and remove from the mold, then wrap it in cling film and put it in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours so that the cake can rest and the moisture it contains is evenly distributed. Then you can cut the cake. I cut with a big bread knife in a circle and then cut to the end. I got 3 cakes about 2 to 3 centimeters high. That's how nice it looks when you cut it. Now listen to it breathe. It's like a lot of bubbles bursting. The cake layers turned out to be very porous and elastic. They absorb any impregnation well. For a sponge cake, in my opinion, milk or coffee impregnation is good, it is your choice. A finished biscuit can be stored in the refrigerator in plastic wrap for up to 3 days. Thank you for watching this video and sharing this delicious moment with me. I hope you will find my cooking tips and recipes useful in the future. If you enjoyed this recipe and would like to share it with your friends, please feel free to do so. Remember that your support is very important to us. Share this video on your social networks and leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe now so you don't miss out on new recipes and culinary adventures. Thank you for your support and see you in the next video. Have fun and good luck with your culinary experiments.